So guys, Ghost here, and today.
So what is up, guys? Ghost here, and today.
So yeah, what is up, guys? Ghost here, and today
Stay focused, stay alive.
we're gonna be checking out the ugliest weapons here in Call of Duty. Literally, we're gonna be checking out, like, say, one or more guns from every COD, from COD 4 up until now with Modern Warfare. There's been hideous looking weapons that are atrocious to look at, and I ran a poll about a week ago asking you guys, what are some ugly looking guns in COD? And out of the options that I listed here, you guys voted the epic variants from World War II being the ugliest ones. So I want you guys to comment down below right now the exact opposite, alright? So what's the best looking gun in Call of Duty? What are some of the best set of looking weapons in COD? What's the gun that stands out the most to being, pretty sexy with the way it looks in Call of Duty? So go comment that down below as well with my community post. Like, go to my community tab right now, guys, and go comment on it and vote, because I like connecting with you guys in the community tab. So make sure you guys vote on my polls and connect with me over there. Also, I'm gonna be including lots of your guys' comments here in this video. So if you want to be featured possibly in the next video where I go over the best looking guns, then for sure comment down below whatever it is. If you can think of anything funny or memeful, then yeah, for sure go ahead and make me laugh, and I'll try to include it in the next video. No guarantees, obviously, but regardless, I hope you all enjoy this video here. Hit up that subscribe button if you guys are brand new to the channel for more multi-COD content, and drop a like if you do happen to enjoy the video. Lastly, if you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit up a follow on Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter, all down below in the description, guys, if you want to support me further as a content creator. But let's just go ahead and go over some honorable mentions first before we actually go over the ugly guns. So first off, we're going to kind of speed through this here. He says, people may be mad by this one, but the Hades ONG and BO4 looks so ugly to me. It looks like a huge car engine. I mean, I could see kind of that right there. It's a weird looking futuristic LMG. The next one here is from Lazy. The ugliest gun was the Mauler. I mean, yeah, it's a very huge weapon that literally looks like a cannon with some variants. It's a pretty crazy looking gun. Next one here is the MPO from BO1. Even though it was a decent gun, it looked like a rat. What? How does a gun look like a rat? I just included that comment for the sake of that because I thought that was funny. This one says the Odin MW 2019 was such an ugly bullpup. It has great damage but so much recoil that it points me to God. Sheesh, man. Next one here is from Music Howl. PM63 is hideous. It looks like a predator. Where do you guys come up with these comments? I swear. Next one here, I don't even know where this one came from. The Spectre from BO1 looks like a drawing of a camel from a young kid. What? What do you mean? How does it look like a camel, bro? Next one here, the last one, is the Switchblade from BO4. It's not ugly, it's just built weird, and I could see that too. It's a weird looking weapon, looks like a box, or kind of reminds me of the FMG9s from MW3. So let's get right into the actual ugly guns here. Starting off with MW2, guys, we have the classic F2000. I'm sure you guys expected this to be on here, but this guy says the F2000 from MW2. It looks so weird and chunky, and even the reload animation looks strange. The magazine looks so small compared to the F2000, and this guy says that everyone forget how ugly the F2000 is. That thing looks terrible, and this guy replied saying, I couldn't disagree more. So it looks like some people like the way it looks, they don't mind it, and some other people think it looks chunky and very weird. And I kind of agree how the magazine is just so small compared to the actual whole entire weapon, and the iron sights are pretty disgusting as well, same with that atrocious recoil. So I kind of agree that 2000 is very ugly. The next gun from MW2 is the Wall 2000 here. This guy says the Wall 2000 literally just a plank with a sniper scope that shoots BBs when equipping a suppressor. The Wall 2000, despite being a real weapon, looks like a 5-year-old just drawing up a gun, and is literally a plank evoked with a trigger and a scope. The Wall 2000 looked like a 2x4 with a giant scope and a tiny barrel. So yeah, I agree. It looks like freaking Plank from Ed, Edd and Eddy. It's a weird looking weapon. I don't think it's necessarily like that ugly. It's just unusual how it's just so rectangular. Even the Black Ops 1 Wall 2000 is kind of ugly, but it looks a bit better compared to the MW2 one. But the MW2 one is very notorious for looking Very odd, I'd say. Freaking plank looking ass. Going to Infinite Warfare, guys, this is probably the ugliest reload animation and the weirdest one ever out of any COD, and this is Venom X here. So Jesse says, the alien gun in IW with a sack, it's off. Super Mario says, anybody remember the Venom X from Call of Duty Infinite Warfare? That gun was literally reloaded with an alien sack. Tay says, I forgot the name of it, but I think it was either an AW or IW, where you shoot like an alien acid. And you put a pus bag for the reload. And lastly, the Venom X from IW, you squeeze some sort of alien sack to load it, and the gun was just pure ugly. So yeah, they're all right. As you guys are seeing, you're literally reloading this alien gun with a freaking, you know, egg or a sack, whatever it is. It's so weird, off-putting here in a Call of Duty game. Who would have thought this would have been in COD? It's so weird, dude. And it's also in Call of Duty Ghosts. It was in Ghosts originally, but it's just, I guess I could say, more weirder in Infinite Warfare because of that reload animation. So next gun we have here from IW is the P-Law. This is actually a launcher. It's so weird. It looks like a weapon from Halo or just from another, say, futuristic first-person shooter. It doesn't look like a weapon that would be in Call of Duty. It's just so off-putting as well, man. But Infinite Warfare has some very unusual looking guns for sure. Moving to Black Ops 3, we got the Gorgon here. People have some interesting things to say about the Gorgon. So Blue Man says, to me at least, the Gorgon has literally the most horrendous design for a weapon in a video game ever. Jeez, dude. This guy says whoever designed the Gorgon must have been drunk. That gun looks horrendous. Gorgon, thick AF. Gorgon and BO3, I'm better looking than that gun. Oh gosh, dude. Roasting his own self. But yeah, this gun's iron sights are pretty weird, and just the way this gun looks, just with how just long it is, it's an unusual looking gun. It looks like a spear, or it looks like a underwater weapon, if you will, or something like that. Definitely this caught so many people's eyes, you know, off guard when they first saw this in the game, but it's known to be that ugly, you know, slow gun that really no one uses unless you're a camper. The next weapon from BO3 is the Shiva here, and even the name itself isn't the hottest at all. This guy says, how about the BO3 Shiva? The thing looked like some retro cheap alien blaster. And this guy says this Shiva from BO3 was the worst looking and general bad gun. I kind of agree. I mean, it's not like necessarily objectively a terrible weapon, considering it does 2-shot and it can 1-shot to the head. But just, however, putting it to the balance of Black Ops 3 weapons, there's, you know, way better guns you could, you know, do better off with, in my opinion. So I kind of agree. It's like it's a ugly looking weapon, and it's not the greatest at all. Still sticking with Black Ops 3, my pick right here is for the DBSR, guys. The DBSR, the more that I look at it, the more I hate the way it looks, because it just looks way too long of a weapon. I don't know, just the way it looks first person is just so off-putting with the way the character holds it. I can't explain it, just keep staring at it. It just gets worse. It gets worse with time the more you stare at it, and the iron sights are pretty weird as well, and they don't feel right. So nah, I don't like the DBSR with how it performs or how it looks. And lastly, we got the Black Cell here again from BO3. The Black Cell is such an odd looking weapon. Definitely gives me some alien vibes for sure. It looks like it would belong in Infinite Warfare, or be in the same like year of Infinite Warfare. So yeah, those are basically all the ugly weapons in Black Ops 3. Actually, wait, one more gun here from Zombies. The Apothecan's Servant. How could you not have this right here? Just listen to that. What is that? Bro. Yeah, this weapon definitely does scream ugly. I mean, there's a lot of weird looking weapons in Zombies, but hey, this one just takes the absolute cake with it. This gameplay is from relaxing, and by the way, absolute zombie god for sure. But just the fact that like it has freaking Apothecan eyes all over it, and just the squid tentacles everywhere, and just like it looks like a big bug and you need like a big can of Raid to just spray it all and just to kill the gun itself. I would not touch this thing at all whatsoever. It looks like it'll give you an infection, dude. Ugh. Going to World of War, and by the way, we're now going to be going into the World War II time era. So we have the Type 99 here from World of War. Obviously, you can tell why this is here in this video. You got that big magazine just literally in your face. The iron sights are disgusting. The weapon, kind of like the Gorgon, how it's just extremely long as a weapon. The barrel is just ridiculous. So yeah. Next Call of Duty, guys, is World War II. We got some very similar guns, but I say it's way worse in this COD because there's the epic variants here that purposely look bad. And let me just say that the fact that this is the whole point of the epic variants in World War II. They're meant to look bad. They're meant to look rusted. They're meant to look beat up. They're meant to have dirt. That's their design right there. So like for I guess you could say immersive, quote-unquote realistic experience, yes, this does the game justice for sure. It really does, don't get me wrong, but here's what some people had to say about it. All right, so many of the epic variants in World War II were damn ugly. They were rusted and grimy, and oftentimes camouflage didn't cover the whole damn thing, unlike the heroic and in some cases the base version of the game. That's very true. If you put a camo on one of these guns here, it makes the camo disgusting and you can't even see it. There's no point to. Some of the World War II epics are just there as fillers, I feel. Almost like they just used Windows Paint and threw something together. I have to say most of the epic variants in World War II, because all of them were either just garbage or useless all the time. Yes, the epic variants suck in World War II, but specifically the last one, the toy ones with that hideous green color. Yeah, I definitely agree with that one. There's one epic variant of the MP40 that World War II that literally just covered in rust and looks like half the epic variants of standard guns are rusty. Why only the MP40? And yeah, you can just pretty much see that the epic variants in World War II are literally terrible looking, but from an era standpoint, it looks, you know, fitting. It really does. But if you just want to, you know, have a good looking Call of Duty and just, you know, run your camo on it, and it's not going to look good at all whatsoever. Aside from every single epic weapon in the game here, I say the Bren definitely maybe takes the cake here, especially with this epic variant. It just doesn't look appealing at all. It looks really gross, dude. This man says here, I forgot which variant of the Bren, but it looked like a bunch of scrap parts pieced together, plus a huge banana clip blocked half the screen. So yeah, there's some very interesting, unusual looking variants of the Bren here. Definitely very interesting. This guy says here, the Bren is like a Karen. It's very ugly looking. Yeesh. But the next weapons we have here are the MG15 and the Stinger. But the MG15 here, as you see, looks like trash. Literal trash. You find this inside of a dumpster or inside of a trash yard, whatever it is, you know. And same with the Stinger here. The Stinger is just... it looks like a transformer, dude. Like, what the hell? It's so blocky. It has the worst iron sights ever. How could anybody aim with this thing here? It just doesn't look right at all. It looks so weird and off-putting. So, yeah, those are the ugliest guns here in World War II. Going to Call of Duty 4, and actually a few Call of Duties, guys, we have the Dragunov, and every Call of Duty that it's been in, I say the Dragunov is very hideous for sure, especially with that scope, dude. But look at that right there. I'm pretty sure some of you guys knew about that Easter egg, but regardless, man, the Dragunov scope is very weird and looks all crooked and bent, and the gun in general, in my opinion, is just not appealing to look at. But maybe some people like it. Some people like it, but in my opinion, dude, it just doesn't. It looks ugly in every Call of Duty that it's been in. They somehow managed to make the scope uglier as it progresses with every COD, dude. I mean, the only half decent one maybe is MW3, just a little bit, but regardless, it's not that cool looking in my opinion. Going to Call of Duty Ghosts, guys, we have the Panzerfaust rocket launcher here. Even the name itself, Panzerfaust. Dude, You can already tell it's gonna be an ugly looking weapon just by the name of it, and the iron sights, or the sights of it or whatever, is just as crooked as a Dragunov scope pretty much. But the next weapons we have here is the SVU, as well as the Vepr. But here's what some people have to say about the SVU. The SVU from COD Ghost, the scope was almost as big as the weapon itself, and it had such an awkward bipod in the front of it that didn't do anything but make the gun look gross. And this thing actually does look like the Vepr SMG with the iron sights and just with the way it looks, as you see. Yeah, they're very similar, which is crazy. And this guy says here, the iron sight SVU and Ghost. Disgusting! They're not wrong, dude. This is definitely hands down top 3 worst looking guns ever in a Call of Duty game, hands down. Next up, guys, we have the FAD here from Ghost, as well as MW3. MW3 FAD iron sights look like a hot mess, but somehow I like the iron sights on it. The MW3 and Ghost FAD, I did like the iron sights of them, and they were pretty good, but the gun as a whole looked ugly. The FAD from Ghost and MW3 was ugly looking. So I kind of agree how the iron sights were very odd and off-putting, and the gun itself looked pretty hideous, definitely, but it actually performed pretty well. And I do like the iron sights as well. The iron sights are pretty cool looking, honestly. Like, they are ugly, don't get me wrong, but they're also cool looking and they're easy to use, and it makes the feeling of the weapon very good, actually. Don't get this gun's looks mixed up with the performance of it, because the performance of it is definitely not as ugly as it looks. It really performs super good in game. I've gotten so many chem strikes with it in Call of Duty Ghost, and dropped a few MOABs here and there with it in MW3, of course. So it's a very cool looking gun, but you know, obviously it's a very repulsive looking, if you will. Next gun on MW3 is the PKP right here. I mean, Call of Duty has had, you know, a few PKPs and PKMs or whatever, but I'd say the MW3 one is by far the worst looking one. Just this one looks so off-putting, bulky like a transformer, so many blocks like Roblox and Minecraft, and it just doesn't look so hot here in MW3. Moving on, we have the Enfield, as well with the S87 / you know, L86 LSW. They're pretty much the same exact weapon here, if you guys didn't know. I'm pretty sure, you know, if you guys are gun geeks, you already know this, but yeah, this gun right here is definitely not the greatest looking at all whatsoever. This guy says the Enfield looks bent. Okay. The MW S87, an ugly gun and also a useless gun. I kind of agree with him right there. You rarely see the S87, and that's for a good reason. You know, there's better guns than this one here. I feel as though they just put it in there for the sake of putting it in there, because it's like a quote-unquote classic Modern Warfare weapon, you know? The L86 LSW and MW3 just looks so freaking weird, man. Why are the iron sights looking like this for? Just, it looks so gross, bro. Honestly, it does. So yeah, those are basically the weapons right there. The next weapon is going to be from Advanced Warfare. We have a lot of weapons, actually. We have the NA45, first of all. It's an explosive sniper rifle here that has very odd-looking weapon variants, for sure, and the scope is pretty unusual. I think the NA45 was an abomination. How do they expect you to hit 2 consecutive long shots? People saying the NA45 is ugly are tripping. It's a shame. It was so bad compared to how sick it looked. And I actually don't think the Enfield or NA45 are all ugly looking, to be honest. NA45, just slap the iron sight for it and admire its ugliness. So yeah, we got two sides of the coin thinking, oh, it's a cool looking weapon, you know, I respect it. And then there's other ones saying, oh no, it's ugly, I'm gonna slap the iron sights on it and make it even more hideous than it already is. And you look at it, you literally turn to stone, bro. So yeah, I kind of agree how it's not good looking at all whatsoever. It definitely fits the theme of Advanced Warfare. I just don't understand why they would add an explosive sniper where you have to shoot the same area twice for it to explode. Like, why? It was very difficult to use at times, but it's the next weapon here is the Atlas 20mm. He says the Atlas 20mm from AW, that thing was just a long brick that sat on your shoulder. Alice 20mm, there's no arguing at all. Alice 20mm here, great sniper, but horrible design. It was horrendous. So yeah, it's literally a freaking rocket launcher looking sniper here. That's so freaking insane, right? It looks like a rocket launcher, but it's not a rocket launcher. The scope itself is so tiny to the point where you can barely see out of it. Yeah, the next weapon here is the EPM3. This literally gives me vibes of the Venom X from Infinite Warfare. It does not look of this world at all. It's definitely an out of this world gun here. Like if aliens come invade planet Earth, this is the freaking type of weapon they'll be having on their shoulders, just exterminating us with it. Like, yeah, that's basically the EPM3. What a very odd name too. And the last weapon is the M16. Sad to say. The reason why is because look at these iron sights. It looks like a whole square. It doesn't look finished at all. It looks so off-putting. I mean, I think the iron sights are like this in real life from hearing from other people, but just for a Call of Duty game, it's not good looking at all whatsoever. Last but not least, we have the G11 here from Black Ops, right? The G11 is the most ugliest looking gun in COD history, but that gun was really good, to be honest. How y'all forget about the Black Ops 1 G11 and the reloading animation was dumb too? Well, it was a prototype that fired caseless bullets. The G11 from Black Ops is pretty ugly. It legit looked like a brick with a pistol grip, but it was a good gun. The G11 is probably the ugliest. I mean, your profile picture says otherwise. I can't believe the Black Ops 1 G11 isn't on the list, aka the mailbox with a trigger. So yeah, this is the G11 here. In my opinion, I don't think it's that ugly as people are making it out to be. I think it's a cool looking weapon. I mean, for sure it's a thick weapon, 100%, and it's unique with the design. We never seen a gun design like this at all from my memory, so I think that makes it very unique, but I get where people are coming from with that. So yeah, everybody, that's gonna be the entire video right there. Thank you for sticking through, and I hope you guys laughed multiple times and maybe agreed with all these weapons here. But if you made it to the end of the video, guys, comment down below, Ghost is uglier than all of these weapons in this video. Just roast me. I just want to see the funniest comments by you guys. It's okay, I don't care. It's all for the jokes, all for the memes, and all for the laughs. So just do something to roast, or just literally say Ghost is uglier than all these weapons here. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.